Welcome back to Trauma Healing and Prevention. We're going to practice on some moving and breathing. I'm going to ask everybody to start off in a seated position, and I'll show you what we're going to do today. We're going to introduce how to do a forward lunge. So we're going to start with our body upright. I want everybody to stay seated while I explain this, walk this through. We're going to stand up and make sure our feet are directly under our knees, which are directly under our hips, which are directly under our shoulders. We're going to go from an upright position. We're going to bend over, put our hands on either side of our feet on the floor, or we're going to grab hold of a chair or a desk to help us stay balanced. We're going to lift up one leg, put it behind us. We're going to make sure that that back leg is straight, that our heels stay on the floor, and that our front leg is bent in such a way that the lower leg is staying upright, so that the lower leg stays perpendicular to the ground. And we're going to listen to our hips, our knees, our feet, our hamstrings, and identify how far apart we need our legs to be and how deep we need to bend with that front leg. If you can't bend very far, that's okay. The important thing is to have that front leg with the lower part of the leg perpendicular to the floor. Only bend that front knee. Make sure that front knee is staying over your middle toe facing forwards, and make sure your heels are on the ground. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between both feet. And when you are ready, you want to lift your shoulders up so your shoulders are over your hips. You're pushing forwards with your chest. You're keeping your shoulders down and back away from your ears. And ideally, we're going to get to the point where we're balanced well enough we can bring our palms together in front of our sternum, in front of our chest, fold and interlace our fingers, and point our thumb and our pointer finger up towards the sky. So this is the new thing that we're adding this week, is this lunge. If you can't get exactly into this position, it's okay. Listen to your body. This is far more important to listen to our body than to try to force something and hurt ourselves. We will bend back forwards, put our hands back on the ground or on a chair or table in front of us. Bring that back leg forwards again so that our feet are parallel under our knees, which are under our hips. So this is the new thing that we're adding this week, is this lunge. From our seated position, we're going to start with W.A.V.E. We're going to breathe in and welcome the first emotion that comes up. We're going to acknowledge that emotion. We're going to validate that emotion and its right to exist. And then we're going to exhale and allow that emotion to go. You can continue W.A.V.E. for as long as you need when you're practicing this on your own. When you are ready, we can move into a standing up position. Make sure you have your weight evenly balanced. Take as much time as you need to stand up. Use as many supports as you need to stand up. We're going to put our hands out to the sides of us. We are now going to bring our hands up to our chest. And then they're going to reach up as we inhale over our head. And we're going to look up towards the sky. Fingers interlace. Your pointer finger up. And as you're coming into this tall position, continue to inhale nice and deep. Keep your shoulders down. Lengthen your spine. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Look out between your elbows, about 45 degrees above the horizon line. When you are ready, we're going to bend forwards as we exhale and allow our hands to go down to our knees or down to our shins, down to our toes, or even down to the floor if we can. Lift up your left leg. Put your left foot behind you with your left leg straight. Make sure your heel is on the floor. Make sure both feet are facing forwards with your toes pointing forwards, your heels reaching back behind you. Your right leg you want to be bent. You want it to be comfortable for you. You want to find the position that is correct for you. You can go as deep as a 90-degree bend with your right knee, or you can not go as deep. Listen to your body, listen to your knees, listen to your hips, and go as deep as you need to go. We're going to breathe in this position. We're going to slowly get ourselves up. Careful to maintain our balance. Bring our hands in front of our chest. Make sure our shoulders stay down. Our elbows are out so we have a triangle of our arms. Our pointer finger facing up and the rest of our fingers interlaced. We're going to exhale, put our hands on the ground, and once our hands are on the ground or on our knee, whatever makes us the most comfortable and the most stable. If you need to have a chair in front of you to put your hands on the chair to help keep you stable. And then you're going to bring that left leg back up beside your right leg. You're going to have your feet shoulder width apart, both feet facing forwards, little bit of flexion in your knee so that your knees will be pointing forwards between your big toe and your middle toe. So as soon as you are ready, you can either do with a flat back and come up, or you can carefully walk your hands up your legs and allow one vertebrae on top of the next vertebrae on top of the next vertebrae until you are standing up in an upright position. And then as you move and lift your shoulders up, allow your hands to come together in front of your chest, your fingers interlace, your pointer finger up. And as you're coming into this tall position, continue to inhale nice and deep. Keep your shoulders down, lengthen your spine, lift your chest up towards the sky. Look out between your elbows, about 45 degrees above the horizon line. We can breathe in this position for a little bit. And then as we exhale, allow our hands to come down in front of us and then out to either side, palms facing forwards. Tadasana. We can repeat this on the other side. From our standing Tadasana, with our palms facing forwards, we're going to bring our hands together. We're going to point up with our pointer finger. The rest of our fingers will be interlaced. We will keep our shoulders down, our elbows out. When we are ready, we will point up, lifting up with those fingers, lengthening our back, looking up to the sky above us, keeping our shoulders down. We're going to bend forwards as we exhale and allow our hands to go down to our knees or down to our shins, down to our toes, or even down to the floor if we can. As we exhale, and we're going to take our right leg and put it behind us. And we're going to only reach back as far as we are able to straighten our right leg behind us Both heels stay on the floor, so you may not be able to reach back very far right now. That's okay. You're going to bend your left knee, and you're going to make sure both of your knees are facing forwards over your middle toe. So heels are on the floor, knees are facing forwards, feet are facing forwards. Left knee is bent, right knee is straight. We're going to make sure our feet are parallel. Make sure that front knee is staying over your middle toe facing forwards, and make sure your heels are on the ground. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between both feet. And when you are ready, you want to lift your shoulders up so your shoulders are over your hips. You're pushing forwards with your chest. You're keeping your shoulders down and back away from your ears. And ideally, we're going to get to the point where we're balanced well enough we can bring our palms together in front of our sternum, in front of our chest, fold and interlace our fingers, and point our thumb and our pointer finger up towards the sky. Try to maintain your balance for as long as you can, breathing slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to bend forwards again, put our hands on the floor for balance, and again, as we inhale, bring the foot forward so our feet again are parallel, facing forwards under our knees, which are under our hips, which are under our shoulders. You can carefully walk your hands up your legs and allow one vertebrae on top of the next vertebrae on top of the next vertebrae until you are standing up in an upright position. We'll bring our hands together with our pointer finger up, reach up over our head, lift our chest up towards the sky so we're lengthening our back while our shoulders stay down. Breathe in this position for a moment. And then when you're ready, exhale and allow your hands to come back down and out to the side, palms facing forwards, to return to Tadasana. And then we will return to a seated position and end with W.A.V.E. Breathe in, welcoming the first emotion that comes. Acknowledge this emotion. Validate this emotion. And as we breathe out, exhale out of our mouth and allow this emotion to exit our body. And again, we will breathe in and welcome the very first emotion that comes up. Acknowledge this emotion. Validate this emotion. Exhale and allow this emotion to exit our body. I know a lot of people are struggling, feeling that there's not anything that we can do, getting despondent, feeling like we have no control over anything, makes us depressed and leads to depression. And sometimes the best thing we can do is just start breathing and moving, getting our mind to slow down on the gears and just being present in the moment. If you need to do this in a chair or against a desk or a table, please feel free to use this video as much as you need. Skip to the parts that make sense to you. And hopefully you can practice this at least once a day for the next week. And we will add another pose next week to this. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Have a wonderful day.